Hey guys, my name's Shanae and I like to draw. So I made this drawing and I had a bit of footage, so I thought it would be cool to kind of show you guys the process that I go through. So yeah. I always try and start off new drawings with some kind of research, especially if I don't know what I'm drawing. I don't draw foxes often, so that's why I drew some foxes. I went to Google and Pinterest, found a few pictures I like, really simple ones, and just looked at them and tried to understand the shapes and the faces and the colors of a fox, because obviously they have white and red, I guess, or brown, and then some darker colors. Yeah, I kind of tried to understand that, and I always try and do that, even though my style is very simple or cartoony, whatever it is. I do like to understand the real thing that's going on behind that simplification. So I also look at other people's interpretations of the shapes. It kind of helps me process it better. I try really hard not to copy it though, and I think it worked in this one. It really did look different from what I've seen. There's probably a few that look similar, but yeah, you know. So I really liked the first one I did, but I was going for a more experienced, I don't know, kind of cool, it sounds stupid, look for my fox. And yeah, I also wanted to draw a second character so I could add a little bit more opportunity for a story, and I think it really helped, because I was going to draw a backpack for her, but it was just so busy with the sword and everything, and I'm kind of happy I never tried to draw, is it a badger? Never tried to draw a badger, and I really enjoyed it. It was really cute, and I'll probably draw more of them. So yeah, after I do my first layer, I do another one. It kind of just helps me, yeah, it just helps me, you know. It helps me know what I'm doing and make final changes, which I did a lot in this one. Usually it doesn't take me this long. I'm really quick at drawing, but this one took me a while because there was so many new things, which is really cool. I really enjoy that. I really like learning and expanding my visual library. Yeah, so I suck at backgrounds. That's really something I should work on. But once I get to my line art stage, once I get to my line art stage, it goes really quickly. So I use this set called Kyle's Runny Inkers. They're actually imported from Photoshop, and it doesn't work straight away in Procreate. Well, when I got it anyway. I had to change the spacing to 0 for it to work, and I really love it. I usually just, as long as I use a brush that is a bit textured but not shady, I don't know how to explain it, like not smooth, it's like a rough, not rough, oh my gosh, I don't know how to explain it, like a solid texture, and then no pressure applied. I think this one does have a little bit of pressure because I didn't realize, but I barely use line weight for my drawings. I change my line weight when I do the smaller details, like the little hairs or the folds in the clothes, just little textures on the drawings. And the background is usually also in a thinner line weight, just to kind of help the characters stand out a little, or whatever's in the front. So sometimes the more backwards you go, I'll change, I don't know, the further you get in my background, the line weight will be less, but I don't do that too much because that can also be distracting, and the last thing I'm trying to do is distract you from the main characters. Like there's a few small things I want you to notice in the background, but nothing that's distracting. So yeah, my color palette, I just use Flourish, which is a color palette in Procreate, but I kind of change it a little. I don't use the darker colors. I sometimes do, but only the first few lighter colors. Yeah, so at this stage I'm adding my shadows. I realized I always add my shadows on the left side, so the sun is always coming from the top right corner. And if you go to my Instagram, you'll notice maybe some of them are different because they're drawn from a reference. But yeah, that's an interesting point. So when I add my shadows, I always add a new layer. I change it to multiply and change the opacity to roughly 20 or whatever looks good, really. I never use black for my shadows, never do that. I always use a colder color, like a purple or a blue. Sometimes I use pink depending on how cute it is. It still looks like a shadow, but yeah. So one thing I do to all my drawings, like literally all of them, is I add a layer of a fill layer of color, which I change to luminosity. Sometimes I go through all the effects, layer effects, to see what looks good, but usually luminosity, but like a really low opacity, like 5 to 15, I think. Just whatever looks good. It kind of dials back the black of the lines and just brings everything together. And I also add a little bit of noise, and I try not to have it affect the white. I make it a clipping mask for my whole image, so it only affects what I've drawn. So it kind of pops from the background. So yeah, I think that's a pretty big thing to my style. So thank you guys for watching. I know it was a bit weird and all over the place, but I'll get used to it. Yeah, if you did enjoy it, please like, subscribe. I'd love if you guys would ask some questions. Yeah, thank you so much.